Despite what they want you to think, men remember who was there when they had nothing. Describe, let's talk about it.
I get extremely disheartened whenever you do end up seeing like those success stories. Like, the black athlete came from poverty and single household mother, and then he marries a white woman.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, this was quite the shift.
We're talking about places like Arlington, Bowie, and South Oak Cliff. Those are black kids. Who do you think they're gonna grow up and marry and be with? Because these pro athletes are doing that, and they're embodying that, and they're showing them that.
You know, it's different type of things that go into why that works out that way.
Dr. Umar, DM me. They're not on the same wavelength as us.
Dr. Umar can get his ass on. He ain't the way.
Dr. Umar, I like you.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry.
She always with a break lip.
I'm a history major.
Oh my gosh, quite the shift.
I'm literally reading a book about systemic racism in the pipeline from preschool to mass incarceration. So, like, I get that deep.
Yeah.
This becomes obvious when you're having two different conversations. When you want to talk about mass incarceration and the systemic pipeline, the pipeline from preschool to prison. That's a different conversation when understanding that because historically what has happened in the past does not influence who people are deciding to marry, to be with today when their own people aren't treating them kindly. Men remember what it was like when they had nothing, who was there for them when they had nothing. Take the very same logic that she's trying to defeat. If I know who was there with me in the very beginning, my mom was black. My mom was there helping me out. Came from a single family house, and it was her. When I get on, I don't replace my mama with a white one. You still see those black athletes honoring their mom. They're looking to say, when I was down and out, when I was going through and no one believed in me, and I had an old pair of hand-me-down cleats and I was running drills, who was there? A lot of times these black athletes, and you can go and you can sever them early on, it wasn't black women. They were still giving them the same treatment as if you have not made it yet. How many different celebrities, how many different people are having conversations today, Keke Palmer being one of them, and saying, Keke Palmer, Nia Long, were saying when you were in high school, you were dating men who were significantly older than you. What we would consider right now, we would say is the R word. But you seem to forget when you are espousing the very same idea that's saying, I don't want a man that has potential. I want him actual realized. Okay. Now, you know, on this channel, we don't tell people you can't want that thing. Just accept what comes with that. So in that interim, when he was working on himself, there are going to be other women that don't agree with your point of view. It has nothing to do sometimes with race. It just has something in saying, I see something in him. And I want to invest in that. I want to help that, bring that out. I want to help him grow. This is the idea that a lot of us think. When we think about traditional relationship, when you think about that role that a woman's supposed to have, how you can help a man become something, that's when you help him become something. Before the concrete is hardened, you're there mixing and making sure the ratios are right. You're there mixing and applying the rebar right there with him. He's doing the majority of the work. Maybe you're soothing his back. Maybe you're making his lunch. Maybe you're doing the small things, but they mean so much to him because right now it's him against the world. When you're there and you say, yeah, it's you against the world and I'm in your corner. I'm signing up to the fight. It looks insurmountable now, but I believe in you. I'm showing you how much faith I have in you and your prowess. That ignites a man. That establishes him. So when you see these black athletes in the conversation, black athletes go into the league, these athletes who have made it, because that's the only time you really care that these men are dealing with white women. That's the only time you want to inject yourself in the conversation, when there's a man that you would say you're going to take the resources, the generational wealth, you're going to take it out of our community and bring it to someone else. It's an excuse. You're saying, this is translation, you're a successful man and I don't think you should be with her. You should be with me, even though I didn't do the things she did to earn that. Now, we understand there's another part of the conversation in which we tend to give other races a pass. We tend to give them, we look at them and we treat them as if we pedestalize them. We say, hey, you're not bad. Even though I don't know anything about you, I'm going to give you the grace. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Both of us do this, and we do this to our detriment often. But you prove yourself. The proving ground is when I haven't made it. Because by the time I've established myself, I've gotten to the spot. I don't care what you got to say. I don't care what you have to say. Let's audit this narrative of you're supposed to help. You're going to come there, improve upon him. You're going to somehow take something he gives you and you're going to multiply it. You believe that because someone told you that, but no one ever told you how you do that. They never got down to the brass tacks and the nitty gritty and said, how do you actually accomplish that? Because right now, with our generation, with how we are in society, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And it's very simple. You have no expertise in the field I'm in. You have no idea of what it took to grow this thing because you just showed up. You just showed up. We just met. We just started dating. We just saying, hey, what's up? What's going on with you? And now you're saying, hey, I can help 10x what you've got going on. How? We lack femininity in our generation. We lack the soft ways, the soft touches. We're not the generation of before, not the generations of old. So that goes out the window. That was one of the superpowers that women gave up. You don't really know how to inspire a man. You know how to be around him. You know how to indicate and point him in directions of fun of how he should enjoy his wealth, his time, his energy. And you're good at that. I'm not saying that there's no value there, but in terms of helping him grow the thing, you don't know how to do that. You don't know that mechanism, how that works. You say it, you pretend like it, but you don't. It's just one of those things that we're going to look back and say, from the ancient books, from the lost arts, we don't know how to soothe someone when they're going through it. We don't know how to become receptacles of their vulnerability. We don't know how to talk to a man's ego. We don't know how to inspire him anymore. We just know how to do our own thing. And you're good at being you. You're the best at it. You can be a lovely person, but you're very good at that. How do you inspire another man to do that? No. You don't want to do the work with him when he is working to build something. You just want to see that, wow, the train has left the station. The train actually has momentum. It's going places. I want a ticket. But I want to make sure that the destination is in sight. The tracks are cleared. We've got enough fuel. We're good to go. Now I want to be part of that. Worse yet, and this is why men are just saying, this is not for me. Worse yet is you're watching the train pull into station. You want to hop on, and then actually when it crosses the station and the ring's there, the marriage is there. Now you say, I want half of this entire railroad company. I want half of this because I deserve it, because this is what I had to do. Yeah, this is why when they choose white athletes, no one's listening to you. No one's listening to you, throw your hands up in the air and be upset and then try to make it akin to slavery and issues like that. No one cares. I'm not saying I don't care about the movement. I don't care about slavery, but in that historical context, I'm not going to let what happened hundreds of centuries ago determine who is right here saying, I'm with you. I support you. I want to help this endeavor grow. I want to help this. And when I turn to you, you got your nose in the air and you're talking to Jamal down the street. Okay. You just can't pretend to keep being blind when it's time. You miss all the time in between when people are pouring into someone. Then they finally get the world stage. You get the attention on you, and the person on his arm looks nothing like you. Truth be told, if it was any other race, you would still have some other issue. We have to walk away from the idea that because you're black, you have some sort of entitlement to a successful black man, to a successful black athlete, entertainer. You don't have some entitlement. You still, and I know this hurts because we never want to talk about, or women never want to accept that you have to compete for that type of man that's there. We don't want to have that conversation. You rather withdraw from it entirely and say, I just won't bother. If I got to compete, go with her. Okay. No big loss. No big loss. The minute we walk away from the self-importance of what our skin color looks like and our entitlement to someone and get back to understanding, if I want you when you're at the top, I've got to help you build to get there. Otherwise, when I arrive and accept you and I get chosen, understand you're never going to be valued as a partner. You're always going to be an employee. But if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on the screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to sound my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope.